solid future, especially here in Nairobi. And, well, we came across this material from, it's called Local Commodities Limited.
Yeah.
And they are really pushing gold, like really pushing gold as like the ultimate investment.
Mm.
You know, we're going to go deeper than that, right?
Absolutely.
We're not just going to go their word for it. We want to look at like, why has this, shiny metal held value for so long? Centuries.
Yeah.
And does it, really live up to all this hype?
Right. That's the question, isn't it? It's interesting because gold has this, I don't know, almost like a mythical status, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Local Commodities Limited calls it a timeless asset. And you look back through history, I mean, it's been this symbol of wealth and security, I mean, across so many different cultures.
Yeah, and they really hammer home that timeless thing, right?
Yeah.
Like they contrast gold with, the ups and downs of like stocks, crypto, even real estate. So like, what's the reality check?
Well, I think every investment has its own personality, you could say. Stocks, they can be exciting.
Yeah.
You can have, big gains. But then they can just totally crash.
Oh, yeah.
Crypto, I mean, forget about it.
Huh.
Even more volatile.
Yeah.
Real estate, that can be good, solid, long-term.
Yeah.
But it's not liquid, right? You can't just quickly buy and sell it.
Right.
Gold, though. Historically, it's been seen as a safe haven when the economy gets stormy. Back in 2008, remember the financial crisis?
Yeah.
Stock market plummeted almost 40%.
Yikes.
Gold actually went up in value, like over 25%.
Oh, wow.
So that's why a lot of people see gold as a way to protect their wealth, when everything else is kind of shaky.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now, Local Commodities Limited, they get really specific about their offer, right? They're talking about 97% plus purity, 23 plus carats, and then a price tag of $55,000 per kilogram. So what should we make of all these details?
Well, I think those details, they really matter, especially when you're thinking about investing.
Yeah.
So that purity level, I mean, that means the gold is almost 100% pure.
Okay.
Which is really important when you're figuring out how much it's worth.
Right.
The carat system, that measures how much gold is actually in the thing.
Okay.
So 24 carat,
Mm-hmm.
that's pure gold. So 23 plus. I mean, you're talking almost the highest quality there is.
Wow.
And then that $55,000 per kilogram price, it feels like it's aimed at a certain type of investor,
Yeah.
Maybe someone in Nairobi who wants to make, a big high quality investment in gold.
Right. And they really emphasize this legal and tax inclusive aspect of buying gold in Nairobi. I feel like they're trying to, get ahead of any concerns about shady dealings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Transparency is really important in any market, really.
Yeah.
But with gold, especially, I mean, historically, there's been, a lot of shadiness in gold trading.
Right.
Makes people hesitant. So I think Local Commodities Limited is trying to build trust,
Yeah.
emphasizing a clear and legit process so buyers feel confident they're getting what they paid for.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But let's be real, right? Gold isn't just a pretty metal.
Right.
The source talks about it as a shield against inflation and like a safe haven during market crashes.
Yeah.
So is that just marketing? Or is there something to that?
Well, if you look back historically, gold has been a good hedge against inflation.
Okay.
So think about it this way, right? Prices go up, your money buys less, but gold,
Yeah.
it kind of holds its value. Sometimes it even goes up in value because, gold isn't tied to any particular currency or government.
Right, yeah.
So then when things are uncertain economically, people turn to gold because it's a tangible asset.
Right.
It has that intrinsic value.
Yeah, like it's that ultimate backup plan.
Right.
But Local Commodities Limited, they also say, be a smart buyer, avoid scams. So what's the practical advice there?
Oh, absolutely. First, you got to make sure that gold's actually pure.
Right.
Look for the hallmarks, certifications, Second, research your dealers. I mean, Local Commodities Limited seems legit.
Yeah.
But always good to check,
Right.
Third, make sure you understand all the paperwork when you're buying gold.
Okay.
Should be clear, documentation, receipts, and certificates. And last, If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Right.
Like if a price is way lower than, what it should be, that's a red flag.
Red flag. All right. So we looked at the history of gold.
Yeah.
Its potential advantages in, a world where things are always changing.
Mm-hmm.
And how to buy it safely here in Nairobi.
Exactly.
Lots to think about.
Oh, absolutely. And here's something else to consider.
Okay.
Gold has held its value for centuries. We know that.
Right.
But what could change that in the future?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I mean, think about it. New technologies,
Yeah.
shifts in the global economy,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even how what we value as a society, changes.
Right.
Could any of that threaten gold's dominance? I think the future of gold is just as interesting as its past.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So keep learning, right? Weigh the pros and cons and decide if gold fits with, your own goals, your own financial goals.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, thanks for diving into this with me.
My pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.